In this example, we're going to sketch the graph of the function g defined by g of x equals the absolute value of the quantity x minus 3 minus 6. To do so, we'll identify the original or basic function and explain how the graph of y equals g of x is a transformation of the graph of that original function. We'll state all steps to this function transformation in an appropriate order, and when we sketch this graph, we'll graph at least 3 key points and track them through each step. So to get started, we'll identify that basic function. And here, our original function that we start with was just the absolute value function. So our original function will be defined by f of x equals the absolute value of x. And then I have the main form of a function transformation above. And as we can see, for this function, we have a value of h that's negative 3 as we're subtracting 3 from x. So the first thing we'll do, we identify that h is negative 3, and this will cause the graph to shift right 3 units. After that, we see that 6 is being subtracted from that absolute value portion of the function, and so our value here of k is negative 6, and that will cause the graph to shift down 6 units. Okay, so now we're ready to sketch our original function and then each step to this transformation. So we need the graph of y equals the absolute value of x. And this happens to be a V-shaped graph, but if we don't quite remember that, we could make a quick table. And I'm just going to use the values negative 4, 0, and 4. And then the outputs there, if I take the absolute value of negative 4, that'll be 4. Absolute value of 0 is 0. Absolute value of 4 is 4. So I'll plot these points in. And so I'll have negative 4, 4, 0, 0, and 4, 4. And if I want to think about other points on that graph, this would have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, etc. And so when I draw this whole graph, it's going to be this V shape. It'll go through 0, 0, and then head out to the right, and from 0, 0, it'll also head out to the left. Okay. So that's the original, y equals the absolute value of x. And so the 3 key points that I'm going to track are those 3 that I have written in the table. So negative 4, 4, 0, 0, and 4, 4. So for that first step, I need to shift 3 units to the right. So the point 4, 4 is going to move over to 7, 4. And the point 0, 0 will move over to 3, 0. And then that point negative 4, 4 will move over to negative 1, 4. And again, these will connect in a V shape. Okay, so that's my first step. I'll label that. Okay, the second step here is to shift down 6 units. So I'll take this point 7, 4, and it's going to shift down 6 units to 7, negative 2, and 3, 0 will shift down to 3, negative 6, and then negative 1, 4 will shift down to negative 1, negative 2. And again, this connects in a V shape, so that'll be what completes the graph of this function, filling those in. Okay. And so this last one is then my graph of y equals the absolute value of the quantity x minus 3 minus 6.